What's up, everyone? We're in the E46 right now, and today we're going to be installing the iBus adapter. So basically, it's this orange USB module, and this is the new version 2. So we're going to start off by installing this, and then we'll go ahead and go over the menus and such. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first of all, you either want to use the micro SD or use Wi-Fi on your head unit to download the latest APK from the website. I'll put it in the description. And then we're going to go ahead and click the file browser. So here it is. And once you open it, on the left, you're going to click GPS, which is the front micro SD slots. And here's the app. So we're going to go ahead and click continue. And then it's asking us if we want to update the existing application. I'm going to click yes because Avin installs this, but ours is more up to date. And then once it's installed, we're going to go ahead and click the home button and look for the app. So it should be here somewhere. And there it is. So we're going to open it up, and this is the main screen. But before that, let's go ahead and install the module. So the first thing you want to do is open this with a plastic trim tool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And then after you open this panel, you're going to go ahead and open this second panel here using the plastic trim tool again. And then once that's open, you're going to see two screws here. You remove those, and that's going to allow us to remove the AC vent. And then with the AC vent removed, this head unit just comes right out, of course. So we're going to go ahead. Before that, you need to remove the included cable because it ships with this cable. We don't need to do any splicing because this iBus adapter cable right here will plug right into here. And then the orange adapter will plug into the red USB or any USB that's available. But I'm just going to use that one, and here's how it looks. Alright, so the first thing that happened is it's flashing my USB adapter. Alright, so this is the main page when you open the app, and it's basically the onboard computer stuff here. So as you can see, engine is cold, coolant temperature, power, and then the RPMs, if I rev the engine a little bit, should go up. There you go. And then your miles per gallon, speed, range, all that cool stuff. And then if you click control here, you have a timer, you have the ventilation, you can fold, unfold mirrors. Clicking PDC, this shows you the PDC visualization. This car doesn't have PDC, so unfortunately we can't really show you this. And then if we go here, we have something called sport mode. And basically this shows the gauges. Now if I rev the, so if you see at the bottom right, it's kind of delayed, so let me rev it right now. Yep, and then as you can see, it's very slow. I don't really like it, but it's nice to have, better than having nothing, I guess. And then we have coding here. Now, you can basically code different units on here directly from here, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to mess with this because I have nothing to code right now on here. And then vehicle information. So this shows you basically your car, shows you the units, language, your gear. So I can change the gear to drive, and I'll show it there. If you have a stick shift, it's not going to show you. I just went to my reverse camera. There we go. Now this is pretty cool. This is the service function, and if you have a newer BMW, you will have basically the same system on the iDrive, and it tells you when to do the service and whatnot. Now, I went ahead and put the engine oil, but if you want to do, let's say, coolant, you just click it, and you can either choose the month you want to do it and the year, or you can choose how many miles. So I went ahead and did 10,000 for the engine oil. Normally change it sooner than that, but just to show you. If you click lights, it shows you any light faults here. So there's no light faults right now, and it shows you which lights are active, which is pretty cool. Alright. And then next we have here, this is light control, so we can modify the lighting and stuff. We're not going to mess with this. As you saw the thing, you can do update, firmware update. Mine already needed a firmware update, as you guys saw earlier when I got it. I don't know why. This unlock feature, so you need to buy the license, but obviously if you buy this from Avin like I did, it will already have the license. You just need to click this and connect it to the internet. And this is the version I'm using, 2202. Okay, so next, let's look at the settings. So this is the settings, and we have general app settings here. So you can change your language, your font size. We have themes here, so we can do dark, light. I personally prefer the dark theme, but there's different colors as well. And then another thing you can do here is, let's see, you can make the app start up automatically. There's an app start delay. Now you can change your model. So we have an E46, your units. If you're in the US, you're going to want to change that. Then we have module settings here. So these are options from the module itself. And we have mirror control. So if you click this, you can see it can do folding and unfolding mirrors and all that. And then coming, leaving home, module light functions. So we're going to do the iBus, auxiliary heating. And then that reminds me, I want to show you guys this onboard computer. So you have power settings to calculate power for your car, engine warm settings, onboard computer layout, low or OBD calculation. You can set a code so that your car does not start unless you enter in that code, which is pretty cool, but I'm not going to do that. You have your coolant operating temperature, oil temperature, your maximum fuel. This is a warning gong, and then you can change the other stuff there. Now, this is the instrument cluster. So welcome text and stuff, this doesn't work on the E46. You need the E39 with the instrument cluster that has like all the extra space at the bottom to show this. So none of these work. I already tried all of them. They don't work. Oh, here we go. Comfort stuff for the lighting. So comfort blinking, cornering lights, turn lights, daytime running light, highway lights. I'll show you guys that when I lock and unlock the car. And then PDC in reverse. Here you can change some PDC settings. Nothing really there that I really like. Oh, this is my favorite. Central locking system. Okay. So you can automatically lock the doors. So here there's a automatically close the locks at a certain speed. So I set mine to 15 miles per hour. So when you drive this car and you go 15 miles per hour, the door will automatically lock. Now here's the cool thing about this. You can also do automatically open. So ignition turns off, e-brake is pulled, or when parking is engaged. So to show this, I'm going to go ahead and put the car in drive. And I'm just going to lock the locks real quick here. So what we're going to do is... Okay, so as you can see, the door is locked right now. I'm going to put this into park. And if you heard that, it unlocked. So that also works if the e-brake is pulled or if it's put in park. But yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. I really like that. That's probably one of my favorite things that you can do with this when you get the module. And then these are some other options here. Comfort close and all that stuff. So there's lots of options you can change here. And other settings, you can automatically set the time and date. This will synchronize the time on the instrument cluster, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about having issues with the that one. Then convertible tops and control screen. You can change your convertible top stuff here. So you basically, these buttons down here would also be on here, which is pretty cool. And then there's expert mode and stuff. So yeah, these are all the options. It's a lot of customizability, which is really cool. I don't know if it's worth the price, but we'll talk about that in a second. Alright, so when you like lock the car, it has these little light sequence here, which is pretty cool. And the lights turn off. On the back, when you lock the car, it has a light sequence like that. And it also has when you unlock it. So if you unlock the car, it has the light sequence like that. And on the front, when you unlock it, that's the light sequence. Alright, so the price was increased on the version 2 module to $119.99. The original module was $89.99. Now, you can also buy this directly from the creator. I don't remember the pricing, I'll put that in the description, but it's pretty expensive. On the Avin Avant 4, if you buy from, well, actually it doesn't matter where you buy from, but on the Avin, there is a connection for the iBus, as you saw in the video. So you don't have to do any wire splicing or anything like that. It connects directly in there. It connects into the USB port on the Avin, which it has 3 USB ports, so there's enough room for that. But one thing I want to say is it's a little overhyped in terms of what you can do. For example, there's no oil level reading on the E46, and the way Avin advertised it, it kind of showed oil level reading, and at the same time, the amount of coding and stuff and all the other things you can do, it's not like super extensive, I guess you can say. The locks alone was really nice for me. Being able to do the service and stuff is nice because, you know, this is not my daily driver. This is my girl's daily driver. I drive the M6, so she don't know anything about cars. So having this service stuff on there is really useful for her. Like, it'll, you know, beep like, hey, oh, well, I don't know if it beeps. We haven't gotten there yet, but you know, to tell them like, oh, your service is due soon. But besides that, I think it's nice having the onboard computer options on there. You can see all the data and stuff. For someone like me, it's pretty cool because you know I like the data and stuff. But for her, she doesn't really care. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And as always, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.